Studying for exams or trying to get papers done on deadline is hard for any student, but try doing all of that while also competing at the Winter Olympics. Well, that's what our next guest, Madeline Schizas, has been up to, and Madeline joins us now from Italy, where Canada finished 5th overall in the team skating event. Madeline, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me on.
You probably have one of my most favorite stories coming out of Team Canada so far. You've been keeping us entertained all weekend long, but I want to start first with your journey here. Let's talk about skating. How did your skates go?
I had a great time on the weekend. I love competing in a team event and being alongside my Canadian teammates anytime I get to compete. So I just had such a good time skating on the weekend. I skated a personal best free skate, and I'm looking to build on that for my individual competition.
And you're also a big fan of the team skating competition. What do you like most about it?
You know, we have a really close-knit group, especially at these Olympics. We're a really young team, and we all came through junior together. So I think my favorite part is just being alongside my teammates and knowing that they're there to support me the entire time through.
And we're loving watching you competing on this world stage along your teammates here. But something very cool about you is you've been giving your social media followers a behind the scenes look of everything. So I want to talk about school. You're a student at McMaster University. Tell us about the paper you needed to complete and the request you sent to your professor.
I woke up on Saturday morning. I competed on Friday night. And so I woke up on Saturday morning thinking I'd sit down and write this. I'm not even sure you could call it a paper. It's like very short. It was like a couple hundred words, thinking I'd sit and write this, and then realizing it was locked, and it, locked on Friday night. So I'd already taken a couple of Olympic related zeros on these little assignments. And so I decided I'd just, email the prof and see what he said, see if he'd reopen it for me. I did not expect it to blow up like this. I went to practice and then came back, and all of a sudden it felt like the whole world knew that I missed a deadline, which was honestly a little bit embarrassing, if I'm being honest. But it's just, I guess, part of the deal with the Olympics.
Listen, it happens. We've all been there before, where you think you have a deadline here and there, and then you end up missing it. What was the response from your professor?
The professor was very sweet. He said, have a great time at the Olympics. He said something like, I skated in a Pee Wee hockey game once, and that was enough for me, enough ice sports. So it was very nice. It was a cute response. And, he said, take as much time as you need.
And we're seeing that response from your professor, yeah. That email right there on our screen here. Did he even know that you were competing prior to you sending that email?
No, it's an online class. I only have 2 classes left to graduate, and they're both electives, so I took them online. Many of my professors within my program, I'm an environmental science student, know that I'm a figure skater, but this is just an elective, so I hadn't mentioned it. And then all of a sudden, the professor was probably getting inundated with, So I sent him a short apology, just saying, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean for this to come up. So.
Well, we love following along that storyline. And did you post something where from his Instagram page where he was basically watching?
Yeah. Somebody sent it to me, and I was like, gosh, that's so funny. It was his first and only post. So, I'm sure it was a funny experience for both of us.
Well, we love following along that for sure. I'm glad you got your extension. When is it due, by the way?
I think there was no firm deadline, but I'm going to try and do it tomorrow.
Oh, okay, amazing. By the way, after your competition, you grabbed some pizza. That was your go-to.
Yeah, one of my cousins is here. We're really close in age, so he was leaving tomorrow night, and so we decided we'd go and get some pizza. And I hadn't really had like pizza outside of the village, and I've been here for a week, so I thought it was time. And
when's your next competition at the Olympics?
I compete on the 17th.
Ooh, how are you feeling?
I'm really excited. I had a great time in the team competition, and I got some good feedback from the technical panel and the judges. So I'm looking forward to training for the next week and a bit and just giving it my all in the individual competition. Well,
listen, you got us cheering for you as you hit the ice, and you got us entertained on social media. What more can we ask for? Madeline Schizas, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you for having me.